Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Creation, Chapter 13. Dhritarashtra leaves the palace, or quits home. How's it called? Dhritarashtra quits home, text 27. Yasvakat parato veha.
Yasvakat parato veha.
Yasvakat parato veha.
Yasvakat parato veha.
Chata nirveda atmavan.
Jata nirveda atmavan.
Chata nirveda atmavan.
Jata nirveda atmavan.
Ridi kritva harim gehat.
Sriti hrivaharim gehat.
Ridi kritva harim gehat.
Sriti hrivaharim gehat.
Pravrachet sanarotamaha.
Pravachita narotamaha.
Pravrachet sanarotamaha.
Pravachita narotamaha.
Yasvakat parato veha.
Yasvakat parato veha.
Chata nirveda atmavan.
Jata nirveda atmavan.
Ridi kritva harim gehat.
Riti hrivaharim gehat.
Pravrachet sanarotamaha.
Pravachita narotamaha.
Anyone who
Anyone who
svakat,
svakat
by his own awakening,
by his awakening,
paratava,
paratah,
or by hearing from another, iha,
viha,
here in this world,
here in this world,
chata,
jata,
becomes
become
nirveda,
nirveda,
indifferent to material attachment,
indifferent to material
atmavan,
atmaha,
consciousness,
consciousness,
ridi,
hiridi,
within the heart,
in the heart,
kritva,
kritva,
having been taken by,
has been taken by
harim,
Harim,
the personality of Godhead,
the personality of God,
gehat,
geha,
from home,
from home,
Pravrachet,
Prabhrajet,
goes away,
goes away,
sa,
sa,
he is
he is
Nara Uttamaha,
Narautama,
the first-class human being.
the first-class human being.
Translation. He is certainly a first-class man who awakens and understands either by himself or from others the falsity and misery of the material world, and thus leaves home and depends fully on the personality of Godhead residing within his heart. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Jai.
There are three classes of transcendentalists, namely the Dhira, or the one who is not disturbed by being away from family associates. Second, one in the renounced order of life, a sannyasi by frustrated sentiment. And third, a sincere devotee of the Lord who awakens God consciousness by hearing and chanting, and leaves home depending completely on the personality of Godhead, who resides in his heart. The idea is that the renounced order of life, after a frustrated life of sentiment in the material world, may be the stepping stone on the path of self-realization. But real perfection of the path of liberation is attained when one is practiced to depend fully on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who lives in everyone's heart as Paramatma. One may live in the darkest jungle alone, out of home, but a steadfast devotee knows very well that he is not alone. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is with him, and he can protect his sincere devotee in any awkward circumstance. One should therefore practice devotional service at home, hearing and chanting the holy name, quality form pastimes, entourage, etc., in association with pure devotees. And this practice will help one awaken God consciousness in proportion to one's sincerity of purpose. One who desires mature benefit by such devotional activities can never depend on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although He sits in everyone's heart. Nor does the Lord give any direction to persons who worship Him for material gain. Such materialistic devotees may be blessed by the Lord with material benefits, but they cannot reach the stage of the first-class human being, as above mentioned. There are many examples of such sincere devotees in the history of the world, especially in India, and they are our guides on the path of self-realization. Mahatma Vidura is one such great devotee of the Lord, and we should all try to follow in his lotus footsteps for self-realization. Om Jnanatimiram Dasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangung Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurun Dinataranam Shri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svavadantikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So he is certainly a first-class man who awakens and understands, either by himself or from others, the falsity and misery of this material world, and thus leaves home and depends fully on the personality of Godhead residing within his heart. So he has spoken about the Narottama. Nara, Uttama, meaning the best of human beings. Nara means men, or human, and Uttama means the highest, the best. So the one who is best, he understands something either by himself, svakat, it's said here, svakat, or it's also said svarat or svayat, by himself, understanding by himself, or parato, parataha, by others. So either he hears from authorized personalities, or somehow by himself understands that the material world is a place of misery. Because many, not many, there's like the function of the material world to present itself as something wonderful. This is Maya Devi's kingdom, and she has the job of bewildering everyone. And she can only bewilder if she presents herself as very wonderful. Like some woman who wants to get a man, and she will be very, very nice and very chaste and very beautiful and dressing up and everything. She will not come after getting up in the morning and, oh, you want to marry me? No. But if she's very, very beautiful and all this and yeah, she can trick the poor man into something what he doesn't want in the end. But in the beginning, then yes. Yeah, so Maya is like this. She presents herself as being wonderful and great and full of opportunities for the conditioned soul, for the poor jiva. And you can experience so much in this world. And even you'd failed so often, no, don't worry, there will come your time, your life situation, and you hope against hope. This is what you do, you hope against hope. And so we are all driven by this illusion. Maybe somehow, someday, somewhere I can be happy. I can become rich or powerful or find the perfect partner. Everyone is all about this, to find the perfect partner. And in India it's maybe not so difficult. They have a more natural approach to the whole drama. But in the West, they have all these romantic ideas. It has to be romantic, and it has to be like Romeo and Juliet. Not in the end, of course. But at least, I don't know why Romeo and Juliet are always a role model for a perfect romance. It's actually a huge drama. Anyway, but everyone thinks, oh, it's my perfect partner somehow, someday. And they always hope for this, longing for this. The men and the women all bewildered. Not understanding what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that the whole material world is dukkha, dukkalayam, ashashvatam. And this is actually the point of material world. Dukkalayam Shashvatam. It presents itself as something great and wonderful, but the wise, as it said here, the Narottama, he understands it's not wonderful. And why? Because it's a temporary place. Whatever I get, whatever I obtain, whatever I have, it will all go away. It's everything temporary. And some come to the wrong conclusion, everything is temporary and after this life it's also over and like this. And then, okay, we have to make the best out of a bad bargain and just try to enjoy or whatever, but in the end it's anyway all ending. But as we know from Shastra, of course, it's not ending. And there's something eternal, and this is our true self, and Krishna, there's a spiritual world, all that. So the devotee, he knows that. So when the devotee knows that, and he should know this very clearly, then immediately understanding of the material world wanes, or let's say the illusion goes away, because then you see, what's then that here? Why am I striving for becoming happy in this miserable world? Krishna says, Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. Ashashvatam, it means temporary, and Dukkalayam, it means full of misery. It's full of misery. So that's why a devotee, or a wise person, can easily give it up. Yeah. But as Prabhupada says here, there are three classes of transcendentalists. And the first is the Dhira, we spoke yesterday about this. The second is the sannyasi, who gives up out of frustration because he understands it's all misery, it's all miserable. I don't want this anymore. But he says the first class, the best, is the devotee, because he's not just giving up because of frustration, this is what we know, but in the end we give it up because there's something better. Right? So if our renunciation is only because it's horrible, it's bad, it's temporary, it's miserable, and it's not very strong, we only live by the negative. But we should live by the positive alternative of Krishna's reality. I give all that up, yes, because there's something way better. Something unlimitedly better, so why should I be satisfied with this Maya? Yeah. So this is the devotee or the wise person who understands this either by himself, because of not good karma, because he has from last life already some realization, or someone comes and tells him. And it's interesting, when I read this verse, there's a very famous verse in the Bhagavatam in the 7th canto, which is spoken by our wonderful, most important Acharya of Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj is sitting here on the altar, on the lap of Nrsingadev, a small boy, and he's very intelligent, because he's a great devotee, and he was very intelligent already, being only 5 years old, and he spoke this verse. It's a very famous verse, important verse. Matiyana Krishne parata svatova mito pipadyeta griha vratanam adanta gopir vishatam damisham puna punascharvita charvananam. Prabhupada quotes this verse very often, and it said, because of the uncontrolled senses, persons too addicted to materialistic life make progress toward hellish conditions. Because they are attached to sense pleasures, to just the pleasure of the senses. What feels good must be good. Oh, this sounds good, some techno music or something. Oh, sounds good, must be good. This looks good, some person or some movie, special effects, explosions, amazing Bollywood movie. Oh, must be very good. Very, very good. Many explosions, very good. Yeah, it looks good. Or something what tastes good. Oh, this tastes very good, but it's not prasad. It's actually disgusting. Some snails. I heard in France they eat snails. Have you heard about this? Dass die Schnecken essen? Isn't it? It's like a delicatesse. Huh? Delicatesse. Eating snails. Or other disgusting things. Oh, tastes good, must be good. No. Or what smells good? No? What smells good must be good. So this is just the pleasure of the senses. It's not no understanding. There is some, it's very superficial and very, oberflächlich sagt man in Deutsch. In English, wie sagt man oberflächlich? Oberflächlich is a very good word because it means it's just on the surface. right? It's just on the surface. The pleasure is just on the surface, just the senses. It doesn't go very deep. Whereas a devotee, he tries for the pleasure, which is very deep. It's on the soul platform. It's on the spiritual platform. And that's why the devotee feels a much deeper satisfaction. And when he has that, the sense pleasures are not relevant anymore. Again, less and less relevant. So we should become a little advanced, that we're not tricked anymore by sense pleasures. Right? That we understand, what is that? This is not, it's a waste of time. What is it, It just makes no sense anymore. So he says, and through this they go to hellish life. Because why? Because if we are attracted to sense pleasures, we create often very bad karma. Like eating whatever tastes good. Often they eat meat and things like this. But for eating meat, some poor animal has to be slaughtered in a very cruel way. You have to get karma for that. So they're paving their way to hell. Like here in Germany, they're expert in paving ways. When you go on the freeway, all the time, some Baustelle to make the highway more fast. That they can drive as fast as they like. The Germans are the most perfected in Autobahn. This word is actually internationally known. Autobahn. Everyone knows what this means. So to make the way very nice, that you can go very fast, and it's not bumpy, and to go to your destined goal. So through sense pleasures, we are like this Autobahn Meisterei, which is paving their way to hell. Burning, sulfur, screaming, and we go in there in our holidays, Oh, do we have everything, darling? Yes, we packed everything. Oh, you have the sun cream? Yes, because it gets really hot. Have sun cream? Yes, we have sun cream, You have the stuff for barbecue? Yes, there's lots of fire there. We have a nice pleasure trip to the hell. No? So, and how? Through sense pleasures. We're paving our way to hell. Because oftentimes, as I said, the sense pleasures are on the cost of someone. So this is what Prahlad says. And he says, and they repeatedly chew that which has already been chewed. Puna punas charvita charvananam. Puna puna means again and again. In the material world, we again and again chew what we chewed so often. And we experience it so often. So often people, they get drunk and they have a headache and it's really terrible and they have to vomit and say, never again. How could I do this? And next weekend the same. Isn't it? And then they lament, oh, it was nice, the party was good, but now I'm feeling so bad. And Kater, man sagt, ich habe einen Kater. And then they have to sleep all day and lie around and have headache and drink lots of water and so bad. But next weekend again. So chewing what has already been chewed. Or marriage life. In the West it's very, very common that you get married, you fall in love, you have a honeymoon, you get married. Oh, bis dass der Tod euch scheidet. It's said, until death separates you. They have to swear in the church. Then they stand there, the man very nicely dressed with his suit and tie, and there's the flower inside, and the woman there with her white dress. Very often it's white and very big, and everyone is in this church, and the priest then says, yes, and you vow that you will take care of this woman all your life, and she will take care of you, she will also serve you. Bis dass der Tod euch scheidet. And then they ask, you want? And he says, yes. And you? Yes. Now you can kiss the bride. This is also interesting in the West. India, you cannot expect this. Swa, now you can kiss the bride. We are not doing this. Devotees don't do this. Kiss them. But in the West, somehow they have to make all this rah thing out of it. And then in the church he kisses the bride and everyone is, oh, he kisses the bride. So anyway, but until the death is separating you, And 2 months later, I hate you. Yes, I hate you too. I want divorce. Yes, let's divorce. And then they divorce. It's a whole drama. And very soon again, he searches for another woman and she for another husband. And again, the same thing. They fall in love and we want to marry. No, I was already married, but I think with you it will work out. Okay, and then to stand again there. And you want to marry? Yes, yes. Bis dass der Tod euch scheidet. Not really, but then we just say it to make it romantic. Yes, this time it might work out. And there are people who married 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Yes, it's very common in the West. My father married a 2nd time. I was at his marriage. Yes. And he's good, just 2nd time, But there are people who married like 4 or 5 times, sometimes. Right? So that means chewing the chewed. Already you tasted it. Already it was disgusting. But you try again. Because hope dies at last. Maybe sometimes, somehow I can be happy here. And what is happy? Especially this ideal of family life. You have already, divorced so often. You have already so many Krenkinder. Yeah. We only want your money. But again, you do it. So, this is chewing the chewed. So, and here it said, their inclination toward Krishna consciousness is never aroused. Such people never bother about Krishna. They never ask the deep questions of life. They're always, searching for this happiness, like an animal. Like a dog who's running around after his nose, sniffing, where can I eat something, where is something, and you say to him something, but he will not listen, he will not care. He cannot, he's obsessed, that's the word, obsessed by this illusion of happiness in the material world. So either, and here it said, it's never aroused either by instructions of others or by their own effort or by the combination of both. So in this verse is also said, Matir na svato, what is it? Matir na Krishna parata svato va. Matir na means not. Matir na Krishna. No Krishna, either by others or by themselves. Or a combination of both. You can tell them so much, they will never get it. You can tell them so much, they will never get it. Even though being sometimes in Krishna consciousness. Again making the same mistake. Again and again and again. They can never give it up. I know people, they can never stop. They can never stop. Krishna will in time help them, but right now they are not in a position of giving up. And they suffer miserably. They suffer miserably because they are between 2 worlds. They're drawn between 2 worlds and their mind is pulling them, kicking them around like a ping pong ball. No? Bang, 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 bang. Yes, I will surrender, I will give up. And next one, oh no, I cannot. And like back and forth, and they are miserable. I was like that too, I know, I can remember, in the beginning. I also was in a situation, I was very attached to a person whom I liked to become a devotee, and I was bothering all the devotees all the time. Oh Prabhu, I have to talk with you. And the devotees were very patient and kind. And once it was actually here in Simhachan, one devotee said, I don't want to listen to that anymore. It's always the same, and we tell you always point, but you never get it. I said, okay, you just wanted to listen to my story. So better. Don't bother others and don't bother yourself. You bother yourself the most. But I know, it's difficult, mind is attached, this and that. Others tell you, and you understand by yourself, but still attachment is there. So, what else? Good, so this has to be understood as this material world is an illusion. This world is an illusion. Is an illusion. This word is an illusion. So how and why are we attached to an illusion? Devotees should know this, at least theoretically, it's an illusion. And as much as the illusion pretends to be real, the devotee understands it's not. The illusion tries very hard to present itself as something real and substantial. This is what it's for, to illusion everyone, right? But the devotee understands it's an illusion and should not fall in its traps. It's really like this. Yeah. So illusion means you think it is something what it is not. Yeah? This is what is illusion. You think it is something what it is not. And the Vedas give this famous example of a rope and a snake. Very famous example. Everyone knows the example. Yeah, you go at night and you see a snake. And you're immediately afraid, oh, and you run away. But actually it's a rope. Right? So you think it is something what it is not, and you feel according to it. You have experience, but it's not. In daytime you see it's just a rope. Why are you afraid? Because you thought it's something what is not. Same way this world presents to be a place of becoming happy. That's the reason why we go into it. Yeah? But it's not. Yeah. So in the illusion, we think, or what's the base of the illusion? The base of the illusion is that we think we're the body. It's like the base, that we think we're the body, but we're spiritual beings. And we base our whole worldview on our life and our lifestyle. Our worldview and our lifestyle is based on I am the body. So we have to change that, understanding we're not the body, we are spirit souls. And suddenly our worldview and our lifestyle will change accordingly. Isn't it? It's completely different. It starts with our self-understanding. If I think I'm the body, then of course I need another body, I need sense pleasures, I need this, that, yeah? Because I'm the body. But suddenly, no, I'm not the body. So if I'm not the body, I don't need that stuff. Or even people for these materialistic relationships. I'm not the body. And I'm just a short moment in this material world. It's really short. Time passes by so fast. And we are wasting our time on something really insignificant. Like a sandcastle. No, sandcastle. Sandburg. Yeah, you sit on the beach and you build your sandcastle. Oh, and you build and you start building it, and I make here a gate, and I make here a wall, and then here another tower, and I build it up and big, and it becomes very beautiful, right? So much time invested in the sandcastle. And then comes the wave. And it's gone. But it was fun. But it was fun. Maybe you made a picture of it. But you cannot keep it. Yeah. So the material world is like this. We're investing so much time and energy in building empires and building good relationships and families. For what? In the end, it will be gone. It will be gone as if it would have never existed. Right? Then the sandcastle, you have a picture. Why you make a picture? Because you want to keep it. Because you know it's gone, I will forget it. This is why we make pictures. Because we want to keep the moment, keep the experience. Because we know we will forget it actually. So many things we already forgot. Isn't it amazing? We experience so many wonderful, wonderful things in this life of which we have no memory anymore. At that moment it was so important for us. And now we don't even know that we experienced it. It's amazing. So this is a part of the illusion. So that's the reason why people, they make pictures or whatever they want to record. Oh, keep it, you know. And that's the reason why people, if they have, like in a relationship and they have these pictures of, oh, we were together like this, but then later it broke. And it was really, and you think differently about the person. Before you loved the person, now you hate the person. Then you don't want to see the pictures also anymore. Like my father. He doesn't want to see pictures of my mother. He doesn't like her anymore. Quite strongly doesn't like her anymore. So all that, and this is what's said here, Narottama, someone who is an first-class human being. He knows all this. This is like, actually, this whole human thing, what's happening around the world, and all these dramas which are happening individually, or like individually, and then maybe in the relationships and the families and in whole congregations or nations or civilizations, and they take it so important, like the stock market, and now we have to tell you the stock market dropped by 2%, and oh, it's a whole drama and this and that. Or in a family, some child is that is the relationship breaks up, or the marks, my marks, oh, I have bad marks, and it's a whole drama. Or the other thing, oh, the good thing, oh, we are soccer champions, and the whole world talks about it, and the newspapers are full of it. Most important, everyone has to know it, but it's so important. Actually, all that what people, serious people actually, philosophers, scientists, like serious people, what they take important, it's all kindergarten. For a wise, it's a kindergarten. Like in the kindergarten, you go there, the children play, and it's very important for the small boy now that he plays with this blue car. I want this blue car and it has to drive here now. This is very important, he tells his friend or whatever. And they're like, oh, okay, and we have a big thing, and very important. How we built this and that, and they're completely, in the thing, identify with it, and say, oh, important thing, isn't it? When you watch the children, how they take it serious, what they do. Like yesterday, Charu runs around with this little stick, and it's very important for him that it's like this, and next moment it's like this. It's extremely important. And he wants to show everyone, and he laughs, and it's all about this little thing, which is, of course, completely ridiculous. But if Charu does, of course, we take part, and it's nice, whatever. But actually, it's, what's the point, There is no point. So in the kindergarten also, there is no point if this little red car stands here or here, or if this is that. But it's very important for the children. In the same way for the whole civilization. It's very important if now Russia builds a new pipeline through Turkey, and it's very important so we can supply gas and like this for Europe, and it's very bad for the Americans. No, and the whole drama, and they make wars about it. If you build this pipeline, I shoot your damn brain out of your head. Isn't it? It's amazing. If you build your pipeline, I kill you, and then, if you support this president, then our whole army comes and we shoot everyone, and like this. They take it so serious, but actually, and then there is a war and many people die, and oh, it's so bad, they died. Also, that is kindergarten. Even that is kindergarten for a wise person. Because it's said, no? Ashocha nanva shocha swang pragyavadangscha bhashase gatasu nagatasungscha nanu shochanti pandita. It said, for the wise, or a wise, neither laments the living nor the dead. Imagine. That is a view. He doesn't lament the living nor the dead. There's nothing to lament, and there's nothing to celebrate in this world. Right? This is the view of the wise. Beyond illusion. Dvandva mohena, it said. What is the illusion? It's consisting of these dualities. Good and bad, living and dead, happiness, unhappiness, and praise, and what is the opposite? Being
Insult. Or degradation.
Yeah, degradation. All that. One day they praise me, 3 days in a row for having birthday. Yes, I'm very happy, they praise me, wonderful. And then other time they say, you are stupid. If I go book distribution again, you are stupid, we don't care, who are you, blah, blah, blah. Opposite. So the ego wants to, they praise me, I'm so happy, wonderful. And, he's not praising me, I'm very, very sad now. This is the illusion, the duality. So the wise, as it said here, Prabhupada explains, he does not He looks through it. He looks through it. So we might have some understanding of this, but not perfect understanding. So we should learn to see through the whole thing for our good and to explain it to others, to bring them out of the illusion. Yeah, that we go into the illusion, the Maya world, and bring them out for their good. So if we don't understand the illusion, we cannot save anyone, help anyone. If we are drowning, how you want to save a drowning person? So we have to ourselves be in a safe position at first. Yeah? So these are things which we should deeply understand. Deeply understand, because the illusion is very tricky, many layers, and we are still illusioned and tricked by it. So we should understand, where am I in illusion? How much do I understand I am not the body? How much do I understand I'm a friend of Krishna? I'm actually a friend of Krishna, and Krishna is my friend. Yeah. Now it's Kartik, it's a very good time for become conscious about Krishna. Become conscious of Goloka Vrindavan. This is our true home. Right? This is our true home. This is where we really belong to. So we should replace our whole feeling for home and security, as is said here, of having this in the material world, putting this on this highest level of Krishna Loka. This is where we belong, this is where our family is, this is where our friends are. The Gopas and Gopis, Mother Yashoda, Ananda, and in the center is Krishna, most wonderful, sweet person, and we can get to know him, and we can go to him, leave everything behind. Leave that behind, what was troubling us all the time anyways. Still we are attached. So we think about Krishna, we hear about Krishna, and this will replace all our hopes of becoming happy in this material world. Because Krishna has a higher experience. And is our true friend. Who are our friends in this world anyways? Right? Who are our friends in this world? Who is really concerned about us? Who is really concerned about us? Not just because I have money, I'm beautiful, I'm satisfying someone or this and that. Who is concerned about us? I tell you, it's no one. It's no one. And even in devotee circles, we are only friends to some degree, because we don't have the capacity to fully love and appreciate and serve and all that. We try hard, but in the end also that is temporary. Once Prabhupada was praised, and he said, don't praise me and don't trust me. No, I can fail. Of course we don't like to think like this, and we don't think like that, but he made a point. He said, trust Krishna. Trust Krishna. Yeah? So we should get into a relationship with Krishna, put our hopes and take our shelter in Krishna. And the more we understand this, that Krishna is our only shelter, our only friend, the more we make advancement. Because we kick out all these other so-called failing soldiers. The Bhagavatam speaks on material people as failing soldiers. You think they can protect you, like your bodyguards. But they are very weak. And if you get attacked, they cannot protect you. And what is the Bhagavatam saying? Family members. Yeah? And people in your society, failing soldiers. You think they can protect you. You think they can make you happy. But what will the person do which is completely an illusion more than you and save you in the moment of death? What he will tell you? So the Bible says failing soldiers. If you go into a war and you have an army of useless people, they only shoot themselves. And the enemy will kill you. But Krishna is not a failing soldier. Right? He's called Achyuta, someone who never fails. Yeah? And Krishna says, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantam nikachati kaunteya pratichani hi name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna says to Arjuna, very soon my devotee will come to the righteous path and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. It's a very important shloka of Bhagavad Gita where it said, Krishna says, my devotee will never perish. I will always protect my devotee. I will always protect my devotee. But Krishna can only protect as much as we want to be protected. Yeah? So we have to work on this, taking full and exclusive shelter in Krishna, in our japa, in our service, and all that. And understand these points. Because as long as we have faith in failing soldiers, we cannot accept Krishna's wonderful protection. Nara Singadev's protection. Okay? So much can be said on this, but I think it's good enough for now. Any questions? Someone else wants to add something? Yes?
Ja, also ich kann das nur bestätigen. Ich habe selbst die Erfahrung gemacht, dass ich habe in Indien den Tod ins Auge gesehen und Krishna hat innerhalb von ungefähr 2 Sekunden eine total andere Situation geschaffen. Es war ein total anderes Bild. Die Situation war weg und also ich habe in der Situation auch nur noch Krishna als Hilfepunkt gesehen. Ansonsten nichts. Kein anderer hätte mir helfen können. Es ist so gigantisch, es ist sprachlos.
Yeah, sometimes we need such situations so that we can experience Krishna. Yeah, that's good. Good that you have had such an experience, because you strengthen your faith and your trust in Krishna. We should have this experience, because then we can really let us fall into His arms. Because we know He's really there and He protects us, He catches us. If we are hesitant, oh, is Krishna really there? Is He really doing? Is He really so wonderful as it said? Is He really so merciful? No, we should accept fully that He is the Supreme Lord, is our best friend, is our best well-wisher. And He says in Bhagavad Gita, Suridam Sarva Bhutanam, I'm the well-wishing and best friend of all living entities, who really loves everyone. And He wants to help. It's like a powerful, rich person who wants to help. What is like Charu, like he's helpless in the situation. What is my problem? Let's say if he wants to lift something very heavy, for him heavy. And I see this, for me it's no problem to lift with one hand and give it to him. You will immediately do. Or if I have 10 million euros and someone comes, oh, I need 200,000 euros, I have a big problem. No problem, here, 200,000 euros, what's the problem? And for Krishna there's no problem. There's there's any problem, limitation, anything. And He wants to help. So He can do all that with our all nitty-gritty little problems, what do you think, so big? Like for Charu, we want to lift something. Oh, it's so heavy, it's such a big problem. For him it's a huge thing. What's the problem for us to give it? So for us it's all big. Give it to Krishna. For him it's no problem, he can help us. So this is the end, this is the point. Sarva dharmam parityaja mamikang sharanang vraja ahangtvang sarva papebhyo mokshaya mashucha. Krishna says, give up everything. Give it up. Just surrender unto me. He says, ekam, to me alone. Just to me, surrender unto me. And He says, I will take away all the karma, all the papa, all the sin. Do not fear. So this is His invitation. We should gladly accept. Srila Prabhupada K. Nitai Gaur Premanande.